SuccessWare 21 now offers a direct integration with Dropbox.com for location document storage. The integration will allow you, from a customer record, to directly access that customer's location documents with a click. Clicking the folder is going to open the Dropbox account and take you right to the documents that you've stored in relation to that customer. Using the integration between SuccessWare 21 and Dropbox for location document storage is going to involve a few steps of setup. The number of steps you need to complete is going to depend on your answer to a question. Are you already using Dropbox for location document storage? In this case, you would have been using a map network drive to do so. Well, if the answer is yes, then you can move right to the setup steps to put the new connection method into place. If the answer is no, you're using location documents, but they're stored on your server, a local workstation, or in some other cloud environment, then you're going to have to follow a few other steps first. Let me give you an overview of the steps, and then we'll move through them together. First, you're going to have to create a Dropbox account. Then you're going to have to install the Dropbox app on a workstation or server that has access to your existing location document files. You'll need to move those existing files to your new Dropbox account using the app. And then you'll connect the account to SuccessWare 21. Let's take a look at how we do it. Before you begin to use the new Dropbox integration, you'll have to have a Dropbox.com account. It's recommended that you get an individual plus account, as this will serve the purposes of most SuccessWare customers. It's only $8.25 a month or $99 a year, and that's going to give you a terabyte of storage, and that's quite a bit of room, more than most of our customers are going to need. If you're a customer who thinks they're going to need more than that in terms of storage space, you can bump up to the individual professional account. You do not need a business account to use the integration with SuccessWare. When you create the account, you're going to have to use an email address and a password. You're going to want to keep this very general. This account is going to be shared by all of the users in your office to access the location documents, so every individual user is going to need to log into Dropbox using this same email address and password. What I'm saying here is you don't want to create something using an email address and password combination that you might use for accounts that are more personal to you. So using a general email address for the business and then creating a password is the best way to go. Once you've created your Dropbox account, you'll be given the opportunity to download the Dropbox app. You can do this at a later point, but if you follow the instructions, you'll be taken through and the app will be downloaded, and you'll be given the opportunity to log in to the Dropbox app. Now, if you skip this step and you install the Dropbox app separately, it is available to you down in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. It's this little Dropbox logo, and if you give that a click, let me close this up here. It's going to give you an opportunity here to sign in and get started. In that box that opens up, put in the email address and the password of the account that you created and click Sign In. What this is going to do is give you an opportunity to open your Dropbox. So go ahead and give that a click. And it's going to open you to your linked Dropbox folder. Now it's been added to my list of folders in my computer. So it's actually under my login name here. There's now a Dropbox folder. And I can click on that. And what's in there right now are just a couple of items that are created by default when you create the account itself. We're going to use this folder here to move our existing location documents up to our Dropbox account. This folder automatically synchronizes anything you put into it up to the cloud version of the account. Now that you're connected to the Dropbox app, the next step is going to be to move your existing SuccessWare location documents to the Dropbox folder and to have them synchronized to the Dropbox.com website. To do this, you're going to go to your Windows Explorer, your File Manager, File Explorer, lots of different names. And you're going to find the drive that you're currently using as the map drive for your SuccessWare location documents. And for me, it's my Z drive. And there is my SuccessWare 21 storage folder. Now, I want to give you a quick little look because there's a particular structure that needs to exist to the files within this folder in order for SuccessWare to recognize it properly. And we stumble upon some folks who have this a little bit messed up. I'm actually going to double click through this, but I'll show it to you on the right-hand side as a structure as well. Within SW21 storage, you're going to have a folder. I just double clicked. You're going to have a folder that has your master ID. This is basically your SuccessWare number with us. When you double click on that, you're going to have a folder for each of your companies. So if you only have one company, there's going to be a 1001. If you have multiple, there'll be a 1002, 03, 04, and so forth. I'm going to double click on 1001. There's a folder called Locations. And within that are now the folders that represent the location IDs of all of your customers for whom you've created and stored location documents. Just to give you a little look on the right-hand side here, if I expand this out, I'm just going to pull this down a little bit for you. And there's our structure. All right. If you've got another SW21 storage folder inside of here someplace, another locations folder or something of that sort, stop, call support, and we'll walk you through how to clean that up. But if your structure is good, we're in good shape. So I'm going to move back up. What we want to do is now we want to take this folder and we're going to move it to this Dropbox folder that was created by installing and logging into the app. Now to do that, I'm going to right click on it. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go to the Dropbox folder, just gave it a click. I'm going to right click in the background and I'm going to paste. Now this is going to copy the contents into the Dropbox folder. And then Dropbox is going to start uploading them to your Dropbox.com account. You want to finish this step before you go and create the connection or change the connection in SuccessWare. So we want to get the whole thing up there, get it synchronized. And what will happen is when we actually make the integration connection, SuccessWare will see that the folder is already there and just connect to it. Now this copied everything into my folder here, but you'll notice that there's a little icon there, a little blue circle. And if I click on my Dropbox icon in the lower right-hand corner of my screen, you'll see an indication here that it is currently synchronizing the files. Now, I only have a small number of files in there. It's not going to take very long to synchronize. If you've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of images and so forth, this might take a while. It is going to show you how long it'll take. You don't want to shut down this computer until this synchronization is done. All right, so we'll let this finish, and then we'll take a look at the next step. All right, once the upload is completed, you're going to see two things. First, in the Dropbox app, in the lower left-hand corner, you're going to see an indicator there that the account is up to date. And in the Dropbox folder, your SW21 storage folder is now going to show a little green check mark in front of it. And that tells you that all the content within it is uploaded to the website. Now, I've got a little shortcut right here. I can click on this little globe and it's going to open me to my Dropbox account online. But you can also just open your browser and go to Dropbox. So I'm going to give this a click. And I want to confirm that my information is up here in the account. Now, the way I'm going to do this, I'm just going to go over here to the left-hand side and go to Files. There's my SW21 storage folder. And as I click, 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 all the same content that we saw on my computer are now here as well, including all the images that we've put into those folders. All right. Now, you've got a couple of choices at this point. If you want to keep a local copy of all of these location documents, just makes you more comfortable, then don't do anything else. You're still going to connect to SuccessWare, obviously, but the location documents folder is automatically going to be set to synchronize to this Dropbox account on this computer. If you don't feel like you need a local copy, you don't need it to continue to keep synchronizing, then you can open the Dropbox app, click on this little gear, go to Preferences, go to Account, and then unlink this Dropbox. It's not going to delete anything that's online. And again, you only would want to do this once you've finished actually doing the upload. But I'm going to unlink this, and now the items will live in the cloud only. It's not going to keep trying to synchronize back and forth between my workstation and the cloud storage. So I'm going to unlink this account. This will stop the syncing of the files. I'm going to hit OK. And that's it. So now, back on my computer, this folder still exists, this Dropbox folder. If I don't want it here, I could literally delete it at this point. I could delete the content out of here. It's not going to affect anything that's up in the cloud-based account. Now, we've linked up to Dropbox. We've uploaded our files. The next step is going to be to set up the integration between SuccessWare and Dropbox. Now, if you've just started using Dropbox and have uploaded your files to the Dropbox account, or if you're already using Dropbox for location documents, this next step is for both of you. We're going to use the new integration available to us through the add-on manager to link SuccessWare to your Dropbox account. Now, before you do this, you want to make sure that on the workstation that you're on, in your web browser, you are logged into the Dropbox account. If you're not logged in, there's a couple of connection steps in SuccessWare where it'll try to open Dropbox, and you're going to end up having to log in at that point. So get yourself logged in first. Now in SuccessWare, we're going to go to the 21 button, Setup, and then go to the Add-on Manager. Now the Add-on Manager will show you integrations that you already have in place, and down at the bottom there's a button that says to browse more add-ons. Give that a click. And in this list, you'll see all the different available add-ons that are there for you to use. Dropbox is in the list. You can click on Add. This is giving you some information. You can just click Next. And we're at the step now where we're going to actually link the accounts. Now to do this, we need to create an access token. Now I've got paper documentation that's available that walks you through this process as well, but let's take a look at it together. There's a link here that says, where is my access token? And this is why we needed to be logged into Dropbox already. When I click this, it's going to open my Dropbox account and take me to a screen where I can create an app for my instance of Dropbox. We're going to click Create an App. And we have to choose specific values here. So we're going to choose an API. We're going to use the Dropbox API. What type of access does it need? It needs full Dropbox access. This means that the connection that we're creating here is going to be able to both read data, but it's also going to be able to add and delete. And then we need to give a name to the app. And what my recommendation is to you is to use your company name. So I'm going to call this Buffalo Heating Location Docs. Use your company name, followed by location docs. You could probably put spaces in there, but I'm not going to. It's just creating a little name for this app. It's not something you're ever going to have to deal with again. So just give it a unique name. Check mark that you agree to the terms and create the app. Now this takes you to a second screen, and this is where we're going to go ahead and get this access token that we need to connect the accounts. So from the top, about halfway, 2/3 of the way down, there's a field here that says Generate Access Token. Click Generate. And this is going to give you this big, long, crazy code. You don't have to write this down and type it. You can actually just point to it, double-click, and it's going to highlight it. Right-click on it, and click Copy. Now, go back to SuccessWare. And in this Access Token field, right-click, and paste. Now, the next step, we have to confirm the account. So go ahead and click that, and this is what's actually going to connect the two of them. It takes me into the Dropbox account, tells me that the account confirmation was successful. You can close that tab, come back to SuccessWare, and click OK. Now there's another step here. So now the accounts are connected, but now we need to tell SuccessWare that we want to use Dropbox for document storage. So we're going to click Setup SuccessWare 21 Storage. It is going to put a path in here. So if you've already been using location documents and pointing to a map drive letter, this is going to overwrite that and now connect directly to the Dropbox website. We're going to click Test, and this is what's going to make sure that the connection works properly. And again, this opens my web browser, and it is putting a folder inside of that locations folder called Test1, and it throws a test document out there just to make sure that it could create into that folder. You can close that. Go back to SuccessWare. Click OK. It'll take you back to Dropbox again to now tell you that Add-on Manager storage has been enabled successfully. You can close that, go back to SuccessWare. Click OK. Last step. Click Next. It's hitting Next there that really kind of finalizes the process. And at this point, we can close. And that's it. Our connection is done. Now, I'd like to take you through a little walk of how you actually open up the location documents for a customer, how you'd upload a file, basically how your users are going to get into these folders. First and foremost, you want to go around to the workstations for the users within your office who are going to be accessing location documents. They are going to need to be logged in to the Dropbox account in order for SuccessWare to open that account for them. So you're going to want to go to whatever their default browser is on their computer, go to Dropbox, and log into the account using the ID and password that you've created for this new Dropbox account. Okay. Now, from within SuccessWare, you can open a customer. So I've pulled up Robert Moyer here. And when you open a customer, there's a little folder that's going to appear here. And what that folder is going to do is tell you whether this customer already has location documents. So if that folder had remained just yellow, it tells me that you can create a folder for the customer. You've got a folder for the customer. There's no documents in it. This little piece of paper here tells me that there are actually documents in the folder already. And the way that this is going to work now is we'll click on that, and it's going to take us right to the Dropbox account, to the folder that is associated with that location ID. So Moyer down here is 100115, and in my Dropbox account, 100115. And the images that were in there are available to us. So I have a picture of a furnace in here. I can use the back button, or I can just use this left arrow here. And I have a scanned contract for the customer that I had placed into their folder previously. Okay. So directly linked from SuccessWare. Now, if I need to upload something to the customer's folder, I'm going to close out of this just to show you the process I would go through. So let's say that we took a picture and it was emailed to us, or we completed a contract and scanned it. And it's on my computer someplace now, and I need to get it up into the Dropbox account. From SuccessWare, I'll open the customer's folder. And now I'm going to use the options over here on the right-hand side. This is going to allow me to upload files. I'm going to give that a click. And now I'm going to upload something just like I would any other document. So I'll go grab the particular item. So if I put it on my desktop or in a folder, wherever it is, we'll just go ahead and grab that, open, and it's going to upload it to the location document folder for this customer. Now, anyone else in the office who clicks on Robert Moyer, clicks on his location document folder, is going to be taken to this same Dropbox folder, and they're going to see that same list of documents out there. If your technicians are using SW Remote in the field, they'll be linked directly to this account as well. And the images and scanned documents from the field are going to be showing up in here, and they're available to you to view in real time as they're being uploaded from the technicians. Now, one quick thing to take note of. Because you're logged into this account, if you happen to be logged out, when you're in SuccessWare and try to open that folder, it's going to open the browser window but it's going to take you to a login screen instead. So again, what I would recommend is that you're going to each of these computers and logging in. And when you log in, most browsers are going to offer you the option to save the user ID and password. And if you do that, it's going to make this really simple. When the user comes back to this screen, that user ID and password will be there. All they'll have to do is hit sign in if they're already logged out. And in most cases, I know personally, I use Dropbox all the time, my account stays logged in. And when I open a folder in Dropbox, or if I open it from SuccessWare, it's taking me right to the Dropbox folder without even prompting me to log in. All right, but in this case, when I sign in, because I was logged out, again, it's taking me straight to the folder that I need to get to. If you have any questions, if you're struggling with how to move your documents, don't know how to log into Dropbox, anything of that sort, reach out, give our support team a call, and we'll help you through.